Maria was born on a cold winter morning in a small village. Her mother held her close and whispered, "You are my little star." The house was poor, but it was full of love. Maria's father worked in the fields every day. Her mother made bread and took care of the animals. When Maria was 5 years old, she loved to run in the green fields behind her house. She would pick flowers and sing songs. Her voice was beautiful, like music from heaven. The birds would stop and listen when she sang. "Maria has a gift," her mother said to her father one evening. "Her voice is special." Maria did not understand what this meant, but she felt happy when she sang. The world seemed brighter, and all her worries disappeared. When Maria was 8 years old, her grandmother became very sick. Grandmother had always told Maria wonderful stories about brave princesses and magic kingdoms. She taught Maria how to bake cookies and how to sew beautiful dresses for her dolls. "Grandmother, will you tell me a story today?" Maria asked one morning, but grandmother was too tired to speak. Her eyes were closed, and her breathing was slow and quiet. 3 days later, grandmother died. Maria cried for many hours. It was the first time she understood that people she loved could leave forever. "Where did grandmother go?" Maria asked her mother. "She went to a beautiful place where there is no pain," her mother said softly. "But her love for you will always stay in your heart." Maria learned that sadness was part of life, but love could help heal the pain. At school, Maria made a best friend named Anna. Anna had long black hair and bright brown eyes. She loved to draw pictures of animals and flowers. Maria and Anna did everything together. "Let's be friends forever," Anna said one day under the big tree in the schoolyard. "Forever and always," Maria promised. They shared their lunch every day. They helped each other with homework. When other children were mean to Maria because her family was poor, Anna always protected her. "You are the best friend in the world," Maria told Anna. Maria began to dream about leaving the village one day. She wanted to see the big city and maybe sing on a real stage. But she also wanted to stay close to Anna and her family. "Dreams are important," Anna said. "But friendship is important too." When Maria was 16, a new boy came to their village. His name was Carlos. He had dark hair and kind eyes. He worked in his uncle's shop and always smiled when he saw Maria. "Hello, Maria," he said one morning. "Would you like to walk with me after work today?" Maria felt her heart beat faster. "Yes," she whispered. They walked by the river and talked about their dreams. Carlos wanted to build houses for families. Maria told him about her dream to sing. "Your voice is like sunshine," Carlos said. "It makes everything beautiful." For 2 years, Maria and Carlos spent every free moment together. They fell deeply in love. Carlos gave Maria a small silver ring. "One day, I will marry you," he said. "We will have a little house with a garden full of flowers." Maria believed this dream would come true. She was so happy that she sang every day. But life had different plans. Carlos's family had money problems. His uncle's business was failing. Carlos had to move to another city to find work. "I will come back for you," Carlos promised. "Wait for me, Maria." "I will wait forever," Maria said through her tears. Maria wrote letters to Carlos every week. At first, he wrote back. His letters were full of love and hope. But slowly, the letters stopped coming. After 6 months, Maria received one last letter. Carlos had met someone else in the big city. He was sorry, but he could not come back. Maria's heart broke into 1,000 pieces. She cried for many days. She stopped singing. The world lost its color and beauty. "Why did he leave me?" she asked Anna. "Sometimes people change," Anna said sadly. "But you are strong, Maria. You will love again." Maria learned that love could bring the greatest joy and the deepest pain. Time slowly healed Maria's broken heart. She began to sing again, but now her songs were different. They had sadness in them, but also strength. When Maria was 21, She decided to follow her dream. She would go to the big city and try to become a real singer. "Are you sure?" her mother asked. "The city is dangerous for a young woman alone." "I need to try," Maria said. "If I don't, I will always wonder what could have been." Anna cried when Maria left. "Don't forget me," she said. "Never," Maria promised. The city was big and scary. Maria lived in a tiny room and worked in a restaurant during the day. At night, she sang in small cafes for few coins. Life was hard, but Maria felt alive. She was following her dream. After 3 years in the city, Maria's beautiful voice was finally noticed. A man who owned a big theater heard her sing. "You have real talent," he said. "I want you to perform in my theater." Maria could not believe it. Her dream was coming true. She began to sing for hundreds of people every night. Everyone loved her voice. She earned good money and moved to a better apartment. At the theater, Maria met David. He played piano for the singers. He was quiet and gentle, with soft brown eyes and careful hands. "Your voice and my piano make beautiful music together," David said after their first performance. Maria felt something warm in her heart, but she was careful. She remembered the pain Carlos had caused. David was patient and kind. He never rushed Maria. Slowly, she began to trust him. After 2 years, they fell in love. "I love you not because you are famous," David said. "I love you because of your kind heart." This time, love felt different. It was not wild like with Carlos. It was calm and safe and true. Maria and David got married in a small church in the city. Anna came from the village to be Maria's maid of honor. Maria's parents were so proud. "You found your happiness," her mother said with tears of joy. Maria wore a simple white dress and flowers in her hair. She had never felt more beautiful. 2 years later, Maria had a baby. It was a little girl with dark hair and bright eyes like her father. "What should we call her?" David asked. "Luna," Maria said, "because she is our little moon, lighting up our dark nights." Being a mother changed everything for Maria. She still sang at the theater, but now her heart belonged to Luna too. She wanted to give her daughter everything she had never had. 3 years later, Maria had a second child. This time it was a boy. They named him Santiago, after Maria's father. "Now our family is complete," David said, holding a son. Maria felt blessed. She had love, success, and 2 beautiful children. But raising 2 children while working was very hard. Sometimes Maria felt tired and worried. Money was tight, even with her singing job. David worked extra hours giving piano lessons, but it was still difficult. "Maybe I should stop singing for a while," Maria told David one evening. "No," David said firmly. "Your music makes the world better. We will find a way." Maria's mother came to the city to help with the children. Having family close made everything easier. When Luna was 7 and Santiago was 4, something terrible happened. David became very sick with a disease that attacked his heart. The doctors tried to help him, but the medicine was expensive. Maria sang more concerts to pay for David's treatment. She was exhausted, but she never gave up hope. "You don't have to take care of me," David said weakly. "You have the children to think about." "We are a family," Maria said. "We take care of each other." But David's heart grew weaker every day. One morning, he died peacefully in his sleep, holding Maria's hand. Maria felt like her world was ending. How could she raise 2 children alone? How could she live without David's gentle love? At the funeral, many people came. David had touched many lives with his music and kindness. "Papa was the best man in the world," Luna said, crying. "Yes, he was," Maria whispered. "And he will always love us, even from heaven." The months after David's death were the hardest of Maria's life. She had to be strong for Luna and Santiago, but inside, she felt broken. Some nights, Maria cried herself to sleep. She wondered if she could continue singing. How could she bring joy to others when her own heart was so sad? Anna came to visit and stayed for 2 weeks. "You are the strongest person I know," Anna told Maria. "David would want you to keep living, keep singing." "I don't know how," Maria said. "One day at a time," Anna replied. "One song at a time." Slowly, Maria began to heal. She sang sad songs about love and loss, but also hopeful songs about continuing to live. People in the audience cried, but they also felt comfort. "Your music helps me remember my husband who died," an old woman told Maria after a concert. "Thank you." Maria realized that her pain could help others who were suffering. This gave her strength to continue. Luna and Santiago needed their mother now more than ever. Luna became very quiet and serious. Santiago often asked when Papa was coming home. "Papa lives in our hearts now," Maria explained patiently. "He watches over us and loves us always." Maria worked hard to give her children a good life. She sang at the theater 3 nights a week and gave private voice lessons during the day. Maria's mother helped, but raising children alone was exhausting. Sometimes Maria felt guilty. Was she a good enough mother? Could she give her children everything they needed? Luna started taking care of her little brother. She was only 8, but she acted much older. "Mama, don't worry," Luna said one evening. "I will help you with Santiago." Maria's heart broke and filled with pride at the same time. Her daughter was so brave and loving. As the children grew, they each showed special talents. Luna loved to paint beautiful pictures. Santiago had his father's gift for music and could play piano by ear. "I want to be an artist like you, Mama," Luna said. "But I want to paint instead of sing." "Then you will be a wonderful painter," Maria said. "Follow your heart." Santiago was different. He was shy and found school difficult. Other children sometimes laughed at him because he was quiet and sensitive. "The kids say I'm weird because I like music more than football," Santiago told Maria sadly. "Being different is a gift," Maria said. "Your father was quiet and gentle too, and he was the most wonderful man in the world." Maria fought for her children's dreams. She saved money for art supplies for Luna and piano lessons for Santiago. Even when times were hard, she made sure they could follow their talents. When Luna was 15 and Santiago was 12, Maria received an amazing opportunity. A famous theater in another country wanted her to perform there for 6 months. "It's a lot of money," the theater owner said. "Enough to send your children to good schools." But it meant leaving Luna and Santiago for half a year. Maria's mother was too old now to take care of them alone. "What should I do?" Maria asked Anna during a long phone call. "What does your heart tell you?" Anna replied. Maria's heart was torn. She wanted to give her children the best future possible, but she also wanted to be with them every day. She talked to Luna and Santiago about the decision. "We want you to go, Mama," Luna said bravely. "We know it's important for our future." "I'll take care of Luna," Santiago said, trying to sound grown up. Maria was proud of her children's maturity, but sad to leave them. "Before we start, we'd love for you to watch the story carefully and, at the end, rate it from 1 to 10 in the comments. Your opinion helps us understand what kind of stories you enjoy and guides us to create even better content for you." Maria went to the foreign country and performed in the Grand Theater. The audiences loved her voice. Critics wrote wonderful reviews. She earned more money in 6 months than she usually made in 2 years. But every night, Maria called home to talk to Luna and Santiago. She missed them terribly. "Mama, I painted a picture of you singing. Luna said during one call. "I'll show you when you come home." "I learned a new song on piano," Santiago added. "Papa taught it to me in a dream." Maria's heart ached with love and longing. When she returned home, Maria found that her children had grown up without her. They were more independent, but also more distant. Did I make the right choice? Maria wondered. The money allowed her to move to a better apartment and send the children to a good school. But Maria learned that success sometimes came with a price. Maria decided that no amount of money was worth missing her children's lives. She turned down other offers to perform far from home. Instead, she focused on being present for Luna and Santiago. She attended every school concert, every art exhibition, every important moment. "I'm sorry I was away," Maria told them one evening. "I thought I was helping our family, but family means being together." "We understand, Mama," Luna said. "You were working for us." "But we're glad you're home now," Santiago added, hugging her tight. The family grew closer again. Maria sang lullabies to her children, even though they were teenagers. They cooked dinner together and shared stories about their days. Maria realized that the most important success was not fame or money, but love and connection with the people who mattered most. Luna graduated from high school and won a scholarship to art school. Maria was so proud of her daughter's talent and determination. "You taught me to follow my dreams," Luna said. "Now I want to paint pictures that make people feel the way your songs do." Santiago struggled more in school, but his musical gift continued to grow. He wrote beautiful songs that reminded Maria of his father. "I want to be a composer," Santiago announced one day. "I want to write music that helps people feel less alone." Both children were becoming adults, following their own paths. Maria felt proud, but also a little scared. Soon they would leave home and start their own lives. "That's what good parents do," Anna reminded Maria during a visit. "We raise our children to fly away." When Maria was 45, she met Eduardo at a music festival. He was a conductor for a symphony orchestra. He had gray hair at his temples and kind eyes that crinkled when he smiled. Eduardo was a widower too. He understood the pain of losing a spouse and the challenge of raising children alone. "Your children are wonderful," Eduardo said after meeting Luna and Santiago. "You've done an amazing job as a mother." Maria and Eduardo fell in love slowly and carefully. They both had learned that love was precious and should not be rushed. "Are you ready to love again?" Eduardo asked one evening as they walked by the river. "Yes," Maria said. "My heart is big enough for old love and new love." They married 2 years later in a small ceremony with just family and close friends. Luna and Santiago were happy to see their mother find love again. Eduardo had a son named Miguel, who was Santiago's age. At first, the boys were shy around each other, but they discovered they both loved music. "It's like having a brother," Santiago said happily. The family moved to a bigger house with a music room where Eduardo could conduct practice sessions and the boys could play together. Luna went away to art school, but came home every holiday. The house was full of music, laughter, and love. "I never thought I could be this happy again," Maria told Eduardo one night. "Life gives us many chances to love," Eduardo replied. "We just have to be brave enough to take them." Years passed peacefully. Luna became a famous painter whose work was shown in galleries around the world. Santiago and Miguel both became professional musicians and often performed together. Maria continued to sing, but now she chose performances that kept her close to family. She sang at weddings, festivals, and small theaters. Her voice was older now, but it carried even more emotion and wisdom. When Maria was 55, she decided to return to her home village for a special concert. It had been many years since she lived there, but the people still remembered the little girl who sang in the fields. Anna, now a grandmother herself, organized the concert. "Come home," Anna said during a phone call. "The village wants to celebrate their famous daughter." The concert in Maria's home village was magical. She sang in the same church where she used to go with her grandmother. Her parents, now very old, sat in the front row with tears in their eyes. "Our little star came back to us," her mother whispered. Maria sang all her favorite songs, but the most special moment was when she sang the simple lullaby her mother used to sing to her. Everyone in the church knew the words and sang along. After the concert, Maria visited her grandmother's grave. She put fresh flowers there and sang softly. "Thank you for teaching me that love lives in the heart forever," she said. Standing there, Maria thought about her long journey. She had known love and loss, success and failure, joy and sadness. Every experience had made her stronger and more compassionate. Luna had her first art exhibition in the big city, and Maria sang at the opening night. Mother and daughter had created their own special tradition of combining visual art and music. "You inspired me to be an artist," Luna said. "Now I want to inspire others." Santiago and Miguel started a music school for children who couldn't afford lessons. They remembered how Maria had always found a way to support their dreams. "Music should be for everyone," Santiago said. "Just like Mama always believed." Eduardo retired from conducting, but continued to give private lessons. He and Maria traveled together to music festivals around the world. "We have a beautiful life," Eduardo said as they watched a sunset from their hotel balcony. "Yes," Maria agreed. "It took time to build, but it was worth every challenge." On her 60th birthday, Maria gathered all her family for a big celebration. Luna brought her own children, 2 beautiful grandchildren who loved to hear Abuela sing. Santiago and Miguel performed a song they had written especially for Maria. "What is the secret to happiness?" Luna's daughter asked Maria. Maria thought carefully before answering. "There is no single secret," she said. "But I learned that love is the most important thing. Love for family, friends, your dreams, and yourself. When you love with your whole heart, even the sad times teach you something beautiful." The little girl nodded seriously, not fully understanding but sensing the wisdom in her grandmother's words. Maria continued to sing until she was 70 years old. Her voice was not as strong as when she was young, but it carried a lifetime of emotion and experience. Her final performance was at her grandson's wedding. As she sang the same love song she had performed at her own wedding to David, there was not a dry eye in the room. "That was perfect, Abuela," her grandson said, hugging her. "Love makes every performance perfect," Maria replied. Maria lived to be 85 years old. She spent her later years teaching young singers and writing down the songs she had learned from her grandmother. When she died peacefully in her sleep, surrounded by family, the whole community mourned. But they also celebrated a life lived fully and with great love. At her funeral, Luna spoke about her mother's legacy. "Mama taught us that life is like a song," Luna said. "It has quiet verses and loud choruses, sad parts and happy parts. But if you sing it with love in your heart, it becomes beautiful." Santiago played one of Maria's favorite lullabies on the piano. The melody filled the church and seemed to carry Maria's voice one last time. Years later, Luna's daughter became a singer herself. She often performed her great-grandmother's songs and told audiences Maria's story. "Music and love never die," she would say. "They live on in every heart they touch." And so Maria's light continued to shine, passed down through generations like a precious gift. Her story reminded everyone who heard it that life is difficult but beautiful, sad but hopeful, and always worth living with an open and loving heart. The little girl who once sang in the fields had touched countless lives with her voice and her love. Her greatest performance was not on any stage, but in the way she chose to live, with courage, compassion, and an unbreakable belief in the power of love to heal and transform the world. Now that you've seen the whole story, we would really appreciate it if you rate it from 1 to 10 in the comments. Your thoughts help us improve and make sure we bring you the kind of stories you truly enjoy.